Hello. Your microphone is behind you.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Hi.
I know
How's
that you.
everyone doing? Fun times.
I know that you can do it in Polish. You can do it in Polish. Dzień dobry.
Oh yeah, dzień dobry. How do you say how are you?
Jak się masz?
Jak się masz? That's about it.
It works. It works. Olga, tell me, how did you start in Vampire Diaries? And then we will jump over to the next one. So?
Okay, so it's actually a very inspiring story because before I booked Vampire Diaries, as you know, our business is not as all fabulous. We go and do auditions after auditions. We get a lot of rejection. And right before Vampire Diaries, I got to the point where I was like, it's like rejection all the time.
Who rejected you? Come on.
They rejected me.
Who? Names, addresses.
Right, let's go get them. And you know, I went and did an audition. They called me and they said, okay, you have to make this audition. It's for Vampire Diaries. And I'm like, okay, Vampire Diaries, that sounds great. Okay, fine, I'll go do it. But I was kind of like, I'm not sure if I'm gonna get it. And I ended up doing the audition. And literally, by the time I got home, they gave me a call and said, can you be in the airport in 2 hours? So here I am telling my boyfriend at that time, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go and shoot Vampire Diaries, yay! On the plane, and I'm gonna be back in a week. Cut to almost 8 months later, I'm still in Atlanta and I'm shooting Vampire Diaries. So the lesson of the day, never give up.
Okay, and I was curious, and I did a little bit digging, and you're only one of 2 persons on the cast of the Vampire Diaries that was actually playing in Twilight.
Playing what?
In Twilight.
Oh yes, Twilight. It was so much fun. And you know, because I do a lot of action and some action in Twilight, and then a lot of action in Vampire Diaries, I can name my scars. There's a scar here on my elbow that's from Twilight. It has a name. And there's another scar on my knee. It's from Vampire Diaries.
What's the name of the scar?
Twilight.
Twilight.
A Twilight scar. That was a lot of fun because it's such a huge cast, it's such a huge movie, and it was so much fun to be part of it. And then, you know, we saw the girl, I mean, we do a lot of stunts, but, you know, big stunts, we usually have stunt ladies that do it for us. And she was such a trooper. I mean, they took her from the ground and threw her in the wall, and everybody just paused. We were like, oh, I can hear her bones cracking. And, you know, when she landed, she got up, and then she was like, okay, that was good, let's do it again. And I'm like, oh, how did you do this?
I thought you will say, now me, now me, now me.
Right. No, I tried, they wouldn't.
So
I did some of it.
So you're a specialist of vampires productions, I guess.
I love vampires. Who loves vampires here? Woo! Vampires!
Niech was usłyszy. Come on, come on, come on.
Let's hear for vampires! Yay! I do believe they exist, by the way.
So when you received the final script that your character will die, what was your reaction?
That I'm dying?
Yes.
Oh,
Did you know it from the
was
beginning, or?
I know a lot of people haven't seen it yet, but since you already brought it up, I'm not the one who said that, so I don't take responsibility for letting you know that I died. It was sad, and the way they actually told me about it, they came in and they said, we're so sad, but she has to die. And the reason is because the show was going to end, and Catherine had to go. And to make it more dramatic for you guys, Catherine and I had to go together. So it was a very sad day, and on top of everything, I was like, how am I gonna play a dead girl? That was challenging. Oh, thanks. Thank you. That's for
So
me.
when you received the information, you said like, yes, I'm leaving Atlanta.
No. We were very sad because not only I die, and you know, I didn't know how exactly I'm gonna play my death. I was like, well, how do people die? I don't know. So I had to be creative of how I die.
I thought you will say, I did a research.
I did a research of how you die. I watched actually a few movies and few people how they died, and you would not believe how many deaths on TV, and they're so different. Like some die like dramatically, like and then they keep dying, and some just die the way I die, which is very peaceful.
So
It was sad, to answer your question, because
Alright.
we were leaving the set as well. I was finished with my TV show, so I had to say goodbye not only on screen, but off screen to everyone. And the whole day, we were crying.
really crying.
On camera and off camera. It was a lot of crying that day.
So how many reshoots were there of this scene?
Well, here's the thing about crying. You know, I can go for hours. I told you.
I don't mind. I think they don't.
Here's the thing about crying. Vampire Diaries does not allow you to cry with fake tears. You have to actually cry. And
For real?
For real. They don't let you use tears. So when I got Vampire Diaries, the first episode that I did, they're like, okay, you gotta cry. And I'm like, oh my God, under pressure, I have to cry. Like, I gotta think of sad things and cry. And because I was so terrified that I did cry, excuse me, quite well, and then they went, she can cry. And then they wrote me crying in every episode. And it's not just like cry, it's like cry, great, good job. And you're like, I nailed it. And then they're like, okay, let's move the angle this way, and then that way, and then this way, and then this way. And you're like, oh my God, I have to cry the entire time. I'm like, I need some water.
So you want to tell me that if I say to you, like, can you cry for us, you will do it?
Right now, I'm too excited, but I mean, I can. There were so many girls that I've met who like cried at signing, you know?
Chciałbym przypomnieć, że tutaj mamy pana w białej koszuli. Jeśli chcecie zadać pytanie, proszę, ustawcie się za nim. If they would like, then
Anybody
yes.
has questions? Don't be scared, I don't bite.
We have some. Come on. Hello.
Jak się utożsamiałaś z swoją rolą?
How your role were reflecting on you? How did you connect with it, with the person that you played?
Hi. You know, I had to do some research because Nadia's character and I, in our life situations, are very different because Nadia was an orphan and she lost her mother quite early in life, and her entire existence she was looking for her mother and for love. I grew up in a very nice family, and probably you met my mom, she's somewhere here. So I had to research what it is to be an abandoned child and what makes them the way they are. But with Nadia growing, because, you know, with TV shows, they don't tell you the whole story. They just tell you one episode. And then with time, you're growing and you're making your own stories around it. Like where she's coming from, how long she's been on her own, what the relationship was with her mom, like all those things. And so for me, I had to research her, but also bring some of me in order for you to believe in her. And it was such a fun experience of building her character from the beginning all the way to the end. Thank you.
Thank you.
I tried to translate that one.
Gdybyś miała wybrać Stefana lub Damona na chłopaka, to którego byś wybrała i dlaczego?
Which of the characters that you mentioned would you choose as your boyfriend and why?
Well, I'm married. But
your character
my
isn't.
husband is not here, so I can talk about it. You know, it's really hard. They're all so handsome, and they're all so nice. Like, you know, Ian and Paul and Matt. I mean, they're all such great guys. It's really hard to choose, to be quite honest. But I really enjoy Paul. I really enjoy Paul. He's a nice guy, and we got to hang out, and he's just, he's a great guy.
Are you satisfied with the answer?
Ian? Okay, Ian.
What do you think about end of the show?
What do I think about the end of the show? The one that actually just ended. I haven't had a chance to watch the end yet. Because I've been busy and I've been shooting a different TV show. But I am very saddened that the show is over. And I hope they're gonna have a spin-off or they're gonna have some sort of, I mean, honestly, the spin-off that I want, and that's me being just me, is Nina and I, our story. Catherine's and Nadia's story. That would be cool, wouldn't it be? Right? It would be cool. It'd be fun. Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
I wanted to ask about Stefan or Damon, but the girl just was first.
I'll take both. Not to offend anybody.
Okay.
They're both cute. I love your top, by the way. Very pretty.
Really? Thank you so much.
Very cute.
So, if you could choose between being a witch, werewolf, or vampire, what would you choose? Vampire or...
Tough one.
Ah, that's a tough one. Can I be like all of it? No. I mean, I love vampire, but since I already played a vampire, I'm gonna skip the vampire. So it's gonna be between werewolf and the witch, right? So werewolf, I have to like crawl out of my skin and grow a fur. That might be a little challenging, you know, for daily kind of life. I mean, that's a lot of shaving.
Bada-boom, boom, boom.
I'll take the witch.
Too much wax. Too much wax.
Hi, when you gave me an autograph there, you told me to remind you about the stories from Real Steel, about the Atom story and your accents.
Yes. Okay. So, for those who watch Real Steel and fans of Hugh Jackman, he's amazing.
Team Wolverine!
Woo! Wolverine. So here's a funny story, fun fact about that movie, Atom, right? So Atom is a robot. I can't say it like without accent, by the way. They've built a real one on set, like a tall, like big piece of machinery that was able to walk and move, and his eyes were like, green.
There was a pilot to him, or?
Yes. So here's the funny story. It's like 6 a.m. in the morning. I'm barely awake. I have my cup of coffee, and I'm walking in this like dark hallway, and I'm walking, and he's, like dead, sitting there, like on like some sort of pedestal. I don't know. And next thing you know, this thing literally goes like this, whoop, and his eyes light up, and he starts moving, and I freaked out so much, and my coffee is flying, and I'm like, making that girly noise where you go, ah! So there were guys behind him that were operating him and waiting for me to walk through that dark, at 6 a.m. like corridor to scare me, and it was very successful. I feel very girly about it. Oh, and then an accent. So the thing with the accent, I had to make really strong Russian accent. And we had actually Hugh Jackman's dialect coach on set. And he kept coming to me and he kept saying, "You don't sound Russian, mm-mm." And I'm like, but I am Russian. And he goes, "No, you have to make it much stronger like this." And I was like, "But it's unnatural." And he goes, "I tell you how to say it." And I was like, "Oh my God, but I am Russian." I have Russian accent. So I had to listen to him, so I have a very strong Russian accent.
Yeah, that's usually in Hollywood is this thing that I don't understand. To play a Polish guy, they hired Ukrainian or Russian guys, and to play Russian guys, they hire Polish guys. I don't know.
Actually, to play Russian guys, they hire a lot of like American, and then you like hear it like, American accent playing Russian guys. But there's, I guess, a thing about a standard Russian accent in Hollywood movies, and it all sounds like this. "I'm gonna kill you," which is very unnatural, I think, for me, being Russian. But yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you for reminding me. Yay.
So I have
Hi.
a question about Vampire Diaries. Since you left the show, I was wondering, what was Nadia driven by when she was looking after her mother? I mean, she left her, and Nadia already knew that she was a liar and a betrayal, and I just don't know. I want to know.
Well, I think, if I'm understanding correctly, you're asking me why my character continue loving her mother even though she was so deceiving. And that's a good question. Thank you. You know, I think it's, from what I've researched, it's just an unconditional love between parent and a child. And I think that Nadia saw beautiful characters in Catherine. I think she worked with Catherine on her. She knew that Catherine could be better. She knew that she was better, and she knew that Catherine was lying and deceiving because, the way she lived her life before. So Nadia was much more mature, I guess, to really understand why Catherine was behaving the way she was behaving, and she saw the best in Catherine, and she wanted to believe in the best in her because she's been looking for her for so long. She was so happy to finally share her life with her. Thank you.
We have a next one.
Moja przyjaciółka walczyła do końca, żeby tutaj przyjechać, żeby ciebie zobaczyć, ale niestety się nie udało. Czy mogłabyś się pozdrowić? Bardzo by się ucieszyła.
Okay,
Something about pozdravit. I just understood that.
her friend couldn't
I'm
make it here,
understanding
so
a little bit now. Sorry. Yes.
what's the name of a friend?
Martyna.
Can you say hi to Martina?
Where is Martina?
She's not here.
Oh, hi, Martina. Woo! Hello to Martina, if Martina sees me. I wish you were here so I can meet Martina, but hopefully one day we'll meet Martina somewhere else.
Maybe tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow. Is Martina coming tomorrow?
Niestety jej się nie uda przyjechać, bo wyjechała, dlatego też nie ma jej dzisiaj.
Okay. Trudno, ale pozdrowienia były, spełniliśmy. Okay?
Thank you.
Okay, we have another one.
Only one thing I want to say. I very loved you in Twilight.
Oh,
You were very good in this movie.
Oh, you're so
My
sweet.
favorite vampire movie, Twilight.
Oh my
You were like a star.
goodness. Oh, I love you. Will, come give me a hug. Wait, where are you going? Wait, come back.
Cześć, zapraszamy. Proszę Państwa, mamy pierwsze wzruszenie gwiazdy. I chyba kolega mi jej już nie odda. Chyba zabierze do domu.
That is so sweet of him.
I was afraid you will not come back, you know?
No, I'm coming back. Oh, look at it. So pretty.
Waiting for other... Czy ktoś jeszcze będzie zadawał pytania, czy mamy na razie sami?
Anybody else?
Yeah,
This
we
is so
have
much
one.
fun. I love this.
Hi. Hi, Olga.
Hi.
How many languages do you speak?
Oh. I only speak like fluently Russian and English, but I did study German. I studied Spanish. I studied Hebrew and a bit of Japanese, and French. But I don't speak it because I never really lived there. But I love languages. Honestly, I mean, I was a good student, but my favorites and what I was really good at were languages. And actually in Vampire Diaries, I had to speak Czech. So I had to learn Czech. That was a lot of fun.
And I read in I read in one of your interviews that when you came to United States for your studies, you weren't so fluent in English. So when there was a party in your foster family, or how do you call it?
Yeah, my host family. They're amazing, by the way. I love them. I still keep in touch with them.
Yeah, what happened over there?
Okay, so I went to United States when I was 14, and I went as exchange student. And so prior to that, I had to study quite well, right, because I need to be able to talk. But the way I learned English, I would literally, read a subject, say, New Year parties or Christmas events. And I would read the whole, 3 pages and memorize it. So if somebody asked me, hey, do you celebrate Christmas in Russia? And I would be like, okay, book 3, page 25, paragraph 7. You know, in Russia, in 19 blah, 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 we celebrated Christmas. And I would literally repeat like 2 pages, and they'll be like, huh? But I did go to a party. Hey! Woo! But I did go to a party, and it was the wildest experience I think I've ever had. I was surrounded by, English-speaking people, and I found myself at this party sitting like on the couch, and everybody's like in my face, like asking me questions, and I felt like I was in the bubble where like you can hear like echoing, and I'm like, oh my God, I feel like I'm surrounded by aliens because I don't understand anyone. Or maybe I am the alien. That is so weird. Yeah, it was very strange. But I get to learn English quite fast because I didn't have anybody to speak Russian with.
And we can hear how faster can you talk right now.
Very fast. I had a lot of coffee.
We have other questions. Come on.
Привет.
Привет.
Слушай, можешь ответить мне по-русски на вопрос?
Я постараюсь. Я практикуюсь русскому с моей мамой сейчас.
Ты читала когда-нибудь русскую литературу, например, Пушкина?
Я читала Пушкина в школе.
Да? А какое произведение?
Oh, that was such a long time ago.
Now you have to translate. What did she say?
She's asking me about Russian literature of Pushkin. It was such a long time ago. My mother is going to be so embarrassed right now that I don't remember.
Я тебе предлагаю почитать Пушкина стихотворение «Русалка».
Русалку не читала.
Прочитай, очень красивое.
Очень красиво,
Да.
Хорошо, прочитаю. А ты откуда?
Я из Беларуси.
Из Беларуси?
Да.
У меня дядя из Минска.
Да, я как раз оттуда и живу тут в 5 лет, поэтому rozmawiam po polsku, jakby co.
Powiem szczerze, tego się akurat nie spodziewałem.
She's from Belarus. My uncle is from Belarus. So we were just talking that I've never been to Belarus, but I would love to visit. I've never visited.
Beautiful country.
Thank you. I would love to one day visit it, but my cousin goes there every summer. So one day. But thank you. I'll read that Rusalka. I haven't read it yet. Thank you.
Спасибо.
Спасибо большое. Очень приятно познакомиться.
Мне тоже.
Спасибо.
This one will be in English, in Polish, in Russian, in German.
Polish.
We're gonna do Japanese. Hi.
Konnichiwa.
Jak doszło do tego, że zostałaś aktorką? To było jakieś marzenie? Wiąże się z tym jakaś niezwykła historia?
How did it happen that you became an actress? Is it something you wanted to do when you were small, or something happened and you decided to do that?
Well, it's an interesting thing. I was studying business marketing and business administration at university in East Coast. And I came to Los Angeles for a vacation. And then I was scouted to do modeling. And I was like, me, modeling? Really? And
Really,
right?
Hey, come on.
No. And I was like, wow, that's cool. Okay. So I ended up moving to Los Angeles. And then slowly from modeling business, I ended up doing commercials and like little things in Nip Tuck and Ugly Betty and like little, Entourage, we were talking about it today. Yes. Little roles right there. And then one day my friend called me and said, hey, they're auditioning this ballerina movie. They're looking for a Russian ballerina. It's an independent movie. Do you do acting? And I said, well, I do commercials. So he goes, do you mind auditioning? I said, okay. So I went in and I was so nervous. I was like, oh my God, how do I do this? And then they gave me this page to read. And I'm like, literally, I thought I had like a frog in my mouth. I was like, I'm about to faint. How do I do this? So I ended up doing it one time, and then the director goes, let's do it again. We did it again. And then she goes, do you do ballet? And I said, no, I don't do ballet, but I did ballroom dancing like every other Russian child. Or I'm sure in Poland it's the same thing, right? You all have to do music school and ballet and ballroom dancing, or...
Not everybody.
I know you did, didn't you?
Burned.
We're having way too much fun. So yeah, I ended up booking it. And all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, I don't have representation. So I call my commercial agent. I'm like, I need you to do my paperwork. I don't have a representation for theatrical. And when I was on set, it was so awesome, and I fell in love with it, and I said, I want to do acting. Like, I always wanted it, but it felt so big, and it felt like, you know, I would never really reach that, like, you know, it just feels so glamorous and so far away. So when I fell in love with it, I was like, you know what? That's not that far away. All you have to do is just take chances and actually go for it. And I absolutely fell in love with it. And since then, I've been very lucky, and I got great jobs, and I did Vampire Diaries, so yeah.
And I saw in your filmography that you did How I Met Your Mother. Can you tell us about this project?
That was a small one. That was like one of the first ones that I did. And again, you know, when you do like new projects and you're just starting out, first of all, I'm very shy. I know you guys don't believe it, but if you ask my mom, I was very shy growing up. So to be in front of cameras and a bunch of people, and like, I had to spill water, I think, in his face, didn't I? Oh, imagine, I would just meet this guy who's like famous, and I'm on set, and the thing I have to do is like spill water in his face, and under pressure, because, you know, you can't really spill it twice, so you have to spill it perfectly the first time, because otherwise it takes a long time for him to like blow dry his hair and, you know, change his suit. So they're like, okay, you have to spill the water in his face, but it has to be perfect. It has to hit this angle right here, not too much here and not too little here. And I was like, oh my God, I've never felt under pressure of spilling water on somebody's face. And I've never actually spilled water on anybody's face. So it was kind of cool, because I was like, oh my God, I get to spill water onto his face, and he's famous.
And that's
cool.
how you met your mother. Okay, thank you very much. Our panel is over. See you tomorrow. Państwu dziękujemy. Za chwilkę będzie panel Gry o Tron, a jeśli chcielibyście posłuchać jeszcze od Olgi, będzie także jutro na panelu. Dziękuję bardzo. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.